The Ring magazine, which is owned by Turkey, reported that Canelo and Crawford have agreed to the September date and that it's essentially on. What is your I know this has been rumored and talked about, but now it seems like a done deal. What's your reaction to this?
It's a good fight. It's a good fight for both of them. Good fight for. I think it's more important for Crawford than anybody. But I think if anybody could beat Canelo, I think Crawford could.
I know you said like he could be the guy. What kind of a chance do you ultimately give him?
I think you give him like a 7 out of a 10.
Oh wow, that high! I thought you were going to say like
Well, I mean,
25,
no,
just because of
Crawford
the
is
size.
good. Crawford is good,
Of
and
course.
I think he's been known that he's going to fight Canelo for a long, long time. And Crawford, he likes to pick up the weight. So I'm sure he's been working on the weights for a long, long time. So Crawford, when he has with a person that has big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, and you stay working for a long time, you have a puncher's chance.
What happens when the Mexican monster, David Benavidez, throws his full support behind Terence "Bud" Crawford in one of the most unexpected super fights boxing could ever deliver? This isn't just another take from a ringside commentator. This is coming from the guy many believe is the true boogeyman of the super middleweight division, a man who's been chasing Canelo Alvarez for years. And now, he's saying plain and simple, Crawford can beat him.
But what if Canelo shoves you again in this press conference?
I'm gonna cry like a baby.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
But it's not just blind loyalty or beef speaking. Benavidez actually broke it all down, reason by reason, why he thinks Bud has what it takes to dethrone Canelo. So let's get into it. When people look at Canelo versus Crawford, the first thing they scream is weight class. Canelo's the naturally bigger man. He's fought at 168, even tested waters at light heavyweight. Crawford, he's been terrorizing welterweights at 147, recently showing out at 154. On paper, that gap looks massive.
Do you feel that Terence has a shot in beating Canelo Alvarez?
That's the million-dollar question. When I watched Terence Crawford get rattled and rocked by Yorkis Gamboa, who's a natural 30-pounder, that to me is going to be a huge problem when he gets hit by Canelo. So he fights at 175. He's fighting these big monsters. Right. Yeah. He's not getting rattled at all.
No.
Berlanga's a big kid.
Right. Yeah.
So it makes me think, I mean, how is Crawford going to keep him away for 12 rounds? Canelo's going to come at him hard.
Right.
But then again, I think about Crawford's abilities and his IQ and his footwork, which Canelo cannot handle. And we know that for a fact. It happened with Bivol, it happened with Mayweather, who schooled him left and right with no problem. And Canelo was way stronger than Mayweather. So there's
Don't
a lot
you
of...
think Canelo's a better fighter than he was then, today?
A better fight? Yeah, a little better. Yeah, his footwork is still the same. He's flat-footed. He's very heavy on his feet.
Obviously, Canelo has the power to hurt anyone.
In this game, power means a lot. If you can't keep your guy off you, or you don't know how because it's too much pressure.
Right.
And the one thing about Crawford is that he knows how to handle the pressure. He's a savvy boxer, you know? And he doesn't run, and he has that heart. He's a dog. He has that heart. You want to fight me? I'm going to fight you.
But here's where Benavidez reminds us, Bud's entire career has been about climbing weight divisions and making it look effortless. He started at lightweight, unified at 140, conquered 147, and now he's daring to move up again. Every time people said he'd be too small, Crawford proved them wrong.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter, and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make 168.
Meanwhile, Canelo hasn't always thrived when climbing up. Let's not forget, when he moved up to light heavyweight against Dimitri Bivol, he got outclassed. He couldn't bully the bigger man. He couldn't carry the same dominance.
Have the best active resume in the sport, just in terms of names, in terms of wins, accomplishments. The only two blemishes on your record, obviously, Floyd Mayweather and Bivol. I've heard fighters say that they learn more from losses than wins. Which of those fights did you learn from, or which one bothered you the most just out of those two?
Bothered me more like the Bivol fight because, you know, I think I'm not in my 100% in that fight. I should be stopped and take more time. At the end of the day, everything happened for a reason, and I learned my lesson in that way, and that's it.
And that's the contrast Benavidez points out. Crawford has shown he can punch above his natural size, while Canelo has struggled when he bites off more than he can chew.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
So if history tells us anything, Bud has the formula to succeed in new territory. Still, let's not sugarcoat it. The weight difference is real, and Benavidez acknowledges that. He straight up said the biggest concern is whether Crawford can take Canelo's punches. Because Alvarez is not some random 1'6", 8-pounder, this is a guy who's been breaking down champions with body shots that echo through arenas.
Now, Canelo Crawford, who you got in that one?
I think Canelo's going to win only because of the size. You know what I mean? Crawford is coming up 3 weight classes. So I think, you know, Canelo's more of a natural super middleweight. This is Crawford's first super middleweight fight. So I got to go. I'm not going for Canelo. I'm just picking him.
I think he's going to win.
I think he's going to win.
I've been to your last 5-6 fights. You're a monster. You're a beast. You versus Canelo, what's that fight look like? Are you knocking him out, or?
I'll beat the shit out of him. You know, I can't say I will knock him out because, you know what I mean? He's a great fighter. He's never been knocked out, but I could definitely say that I'd put a beating on him. I'd put hands on him worse than anybody's ever put hands on him.
Right, and he's a legend.
He's a legend, but I feel like I'm in my own way. I'm a legend. You know what I mean? That's what I'm calling all the great fighters, and I'm showing it. I'm showing why I want to be a legend. So, at the end of the day, I ain't scared of nobody. I'll fight anybody, whenever, whoever.
Do you feel like
whenever?
Do you feel like you got to play nice with Canelo? Like if you're talking shit in the media, he's not going to fight you? Or
I mean,
what do you feel like? Honestly, give me your honest. Like, is it a money thing or?
To be honest with you, bro, I just feel like he don't. It's not of a money thing. I feel like once I beat him, all his fame goes to me. You know, all his people go to me. So it's like a passing of the torch. And I just don't think he likes me. I don't think he likes me. So I don't think he'd want to pass the torch to me.
Do you like Canelo?
I don't have no problem with him. I never met him. I've never seen him. I don't have a problem with him.
Yeah, you're a classy guy. Yeah.
Outside the ring, I have no problem with him. In the ring, I have a problem with him.
And a lot of boxing insiders share that same worry. If Bud can't eat those shots, it's going to be a long night. But Benavidez flips it too. He believes Crawford has one of the best chins in boxing. We've seen Bud get caught before. Remember the fight with Mean Machine? He got clipped, shook it off, and went on to dominate. The man doesn't crumble under pressure. Benavidez is basically saying, if anyone has the mental toughness and composure to withstand the power difference, it's Crawford. And if he can survive the early storm, the fight shifts in his favor.
Oh, I'm feeling great. I've been working out. You know, actually, I just got done running before we, head into the press conference. So everything is going according to plan, and I'm looking forward to becoming a 3-time undisputed champion come September 13th.
Another gem Benavidez dropped is about what Bud does in the gym. This man doesn't just spar guys in his weight class. He tests himself against monsters. We're talking names like Andre Ward, a full-blown light heavyweight champion and one of the slickest fighters of his era.
Once, we got in the ring, he was so locked in. I was so locked in, like there was nothing really to say. We both locked in and we both focused on the task at hand. It was dope. I appreciate Drake for even, giving me the opportunity to step in the ring with him. I can say that, I sparred Andre Ward. That's dope.
So while fans worry about Bud being undersized, Benavidez argues Crawford has been preparing for this moment behind the scenes for years. He's used to facing size disadvantages. He's used to outthinking and outspeeding guys who look like they should ragdoll him.
Who's the most skilled fighter today?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots.
Boots is
Jerron
my favorite.
It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I can bet the house on is Bud. Because me and him we so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes, but this and this, it's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there currently. There's a lot of guys that talk it, but until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying a guy you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have. You don't even really know what you have.
If you're in the gym going rounds with killers way bigger than you, stepping into the ring with Canelo doesn't feel like some impossible leap. It feels like just another day in the office.
Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. It's simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you pushed for?
No, I didn't.
And is any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
Then comes the X factor, speed. Canelo is a sharp counterpuncher, but no one is calling him the fastest guy in boxing. Crawford, on the other hand, is known for timing, reflexes, and the ability to switch gears in an instant. Benavidez highlighted this exact point. Bud's speed can completely flip the matchup. Even Manny Pacquiao doubled down on this.
Canelo Crawford coming up September. What do you think about that fight?
Canelo Crawford, good fight. Good fight. Canelo has advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is like maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength, because it's hard to go up in the high weight and maintain your speed. So speed is the key. Like he should focus on speed, footwork, and improve the power.
Because what happens when the bigger, stronger guy can't land clean shots? Frustration builds. And Canelo has shown in fights like against Bivol or even against Floyd Mayweather back in the day, if he can't catch you, his output drops. He starts waiting, looking for perfect shots that never come. That's when Crawford's speed, footwork, and adaptability can take over. There's a reason why Floyd called him easy work.
You could take a guy like Canelo, this guy could do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Now, here's where it gets personal. Benavidez has a long-standing beef with Canelo, and he didn't hold back. He called him out again, accusing him of cheating, saying flat out, Canelo's on steroids. And whether you believe it or not, this is something Benavidez has repeated multiple times over the years. So when Benavidez says Crawford will beat Canelo, it's not just about skills, it's also about karma. He believes Canelo's been ducking real fights, avoiding him, protecting his throne, and that sooner or later, that catches up with you. And in Benavidez's eyes, who better to deliver that karma than Terence Crawford, the most disciplined, clean, pound-for-pound fighter of this generation? To understand why Benavidez is so vocal, you gotta know the history. For years, fans have been demanding Canelo versus Benavidez. It's the fight that would settle who the real king at 168 is. But every time, Canelo has looked the other way.
You think fighting the 4-pound smaller king does more for your career than facing the bigger, menacing Mexican monster and David Benavidez? Do you think this fight does more for your career than fighting David Benavidez?
You can see the career of Terence Crawford or Benavidez. Terence Crawford is undisputed champion in 2 weight classes, many championship fight. So he bring me something to the table. He bring me something to the table for my history, and that's all about.
Instead of taking on the undefeated Mexican monster, Canelo's gone after smaller names, older opponents, or fights that people don't see as true challenges. And that's left Benavidez fuming. So when Crawford stepped up and said he wanted Canelo, Benavidez wasn't jealous, he wasn't bitter, he actually supported it. Because in his mind, if he can't get the fight, at least someone like Bud, who has the skills and guts, might finally humble Canelo.
If Canelo fight me today, probably be the biggest fight in his career. My career too. That'd be the biggest paycheck he makes in his career. If I'm such a bad fighter that he could come beat me, then I'm nothing. Why wouldn't you just come beat me, shut me up, get the respect from the people, and make a big paycheck? What's the problem?
To him, you're not the first guy I'm gonna look at the list and say, yeah, give me that guy.
How long does the list have to go to until you say I want a good fight for my people?
You beat Bivol, you become champion. Do you think you entice Canelo? Or like this dude beat the dude that beat you?
That was my play. I'm tired of talking about Canelo. I don't think he's ever gonna give me an opportunity.
It's up because there's a lot of money.
It's not even about the money.
100 million, dude.
When you're a warrior, bro, the only thing you think about is glory. I've never thought about money. It's always a prize. If I go out there and beat Canelo, bro, I'm a legend. I'm gonna live forever in boxing as a legend.
Canelo versus Crawford isn't just another payday bout. It's two of the best fighters of their generation colliding in a cross-division super fight. For Canelo, it's about defending his legacy. If he beats Crawford, he shuts down all criticism. He proves once and for all that size matters and that he's still the face of boxing. For Crawford, it's about greatness. Beating Canelo would mean conquering a fourth division, taking out the biggest name in the sport, and etching his name into history books forever. So, who actually wins? If you side with Benavidez, the path is clear. Crawford has the blueprint. Move up successfully, use speed to frustrate Canelo, and trust the preparation he's put in against bigger sparring partners. Survive the power, drag Canelo into deep waters, and flip the script.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not.
Kovalev was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you named is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo go?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
But if you lean the other way, the question is simple. Can Crawford really handle the physicality? Because if he can't, one big body shot or right hand from Canelo could change everything. The boxing world is split right down the middle when it comes to Crawford versus Canelo. Andre Ward's riding with Bud all the way. He said if anyone can jump 3 weight classes and actually pull it off, it's Terence Crawford.
I'm going with Terence Crawford, you know. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Dimitri Bivol, who literally handed Canelo an L at a higher weight, agrees Bud has the tools, but warns. That 160-pound power, it hits different. Shakur Stevenson's fully confident. He thinks Bud's going to cook Canelo with that IQ and footwork.
I think Bud gonna cook Canelo. I think he's gonna cook him. I think, you know, Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud just got all the tools to beat him.
You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, you know. In certain fights,
boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would like apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's like physically kind of big, but like height-wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so, no.
Corey, how you got a decision established? Because Bradman and Boozy think that Bud actually might stop him.
Me and Boozy talked about that. That's crazy. Me and him got on the phone and talked about it, but I think that's possible. Like, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility if Canelo gets to acting out of line
and not understanding that Bud could crack too. So
Teofimo Lopez said straight up, Bud's the better boxer, no question, but the size gap might be too much.
Crawford, Canelo, who you got?
Crawford, Canelo. I still say Canelo.
I got Canelo too.
I still say Canelo. Ring IQ, I believe that Crawford has a bit more.
Yep.
However, it's just the size difference. I think that where Crawford is lacking is that he should test the waters even with somebody at that weight class before facing Canelo. But hey, they say he's a dog. He's got shot in the head and drove to the hospital, so maybe that's just his mentality.
Hey, let's see. Only one way to find out until that day comes.
It's the only way, but I definitely think that it's a great fight overall. You know, black and brown is how.
And Oscar De La Hoya, he flat out dissed Crawford, saying, "You couldn't move Madrimov. You really think you'll stop Canelo? He'll run you out the ring."
Now, what the media is reporting, and it's circulating, is that Canelo Crawford is the biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's going to do to him? Run him out of the ring.
So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.